Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Gashis Command TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. One of the tricks that was used by the late Arap Moi ili kuhakikisha amebaki katika utawala kwa muda mrefu is to divide leaders among the communities. In the same tribe you would find kuna mtu ambaye anawekwa pale na mwingine anawekwa pale akimlinda pale, and you'd be shown that if you are not careful you'd easily be replaced. Unaweza ukaondolewa na kukawekwa mtu mwingine ambaye who comes from the same tribe or the same community, because when you look at William Samoei Ruto is a very good student of the late Arap Moi. And William Samoei Ruto, when you look at him very keenly, you see him using this tribal card, which in my view is wrong. Kwa sababu pale ambapo tumefika, nchi inafaa kuwa inazungumza kwa sauti moja, nchi inafaa kuwa ni nchi moja yenye amani, and you see we should be trying to do everything possible to build a nation instead of what we call tribal groupings. I want us to look at just some few instances to see how William Samoei Ruto is excelling in this kind of approach in politics. And this one can make him last for long in leadership. When you look at the Western nation, ukiangalia Mlebe nation, tunaona Boni Kalwale yako pale. And for those of you who follow the politics of this country, jana mlisikia Boni Kalwale saying that anybody who want to come to Western nation, anybody who want to speak to the Mulebe nation must come through Musalia Mudavadi or Moses Wetangula. Moses Wetangula is the Speaker of the National Assembly, while Mudavadi, Musalia, is the Prime Cabinet Secretary. And this one, for those of you who are very keen in politics, lilikuwa ni kobora ambalo lilikuwa linamlega Cleophas Malala. Cleophas Malala is the UDA Secretary General who has been trying very hard to unite ANC, Ford Kenya, UDA, and many other groups of parties that are working with William Samoei Ruto in Kenya Kwanza. Cleophas Malala ni mmoja ambaye anahudhuria baraza la mawaziri, jambo ambalo tunajua ni kinyume cha sheria. But truth be told, this is a blue boy in the Mulebe nation. This is William Samoei Ruto's blue boy. And when you look at it, you heard yesterday wakati Moses Wetangula alikuwa akizungumza akasema kwamba yes, William Samoei Ruto have given them many posts, and he gave an example of last week when the Mulebe nation was able to receive 3 appointments, and he was thankful to the president. But when it came for the Gachagua to speak, he told them that is enough. He told them kwamba wagoje wengine nao wapate, and he was very quick to answer Moses Wetangula. And it is also important to look at the reason why William Samoei Ruto is employing this kind of approach. And the first reason, especially in the Western nation, that is the Mulebe nation, is because, truth be told, Mudavadi can pose a serious threat to William Samoei Ruto if he decides to vie for the presidency. Huo ni ukweli mambo, because he just need to deny William Samoei Ruto even a quarter of what he got in the Western province, the former Western province. So kwa mfano asimame William Samoei Ruto ajaribu kupokonywa zile kura ambazo walipata pale na Mudavadi, I can tell you William Samoei Ruto would forget the presidency. So there is this fear of Mudavadi kwamba anaweza akasimama, anaweza akajitia kwenye waja na akawa tisho kubwa sana kwa William Samoei Ruto. And there's also the fear that Raila can also decide to support Mudavadi, and they can have an agreement, and it would be very, very difficult for William Samoei Ruto to make it for his second term. So that is how Cleophas Malala comes in, such that just in case Mudavadi may decide to vie or may decide to bolt out from Kenya Kwanza, basi Cleophas Malala atakuwa pale na atakuwa na ugwaji mkono. And again, when you look at his age, it tells you that because you see when you look at Mudavadi operating in offices, sio mtu ambaye wa kutoka uwajani kama kina William Samoei Ruto, Cleophas Malala na wengine. He's a boardroom politician, and just like Mwai Kibaki. The second reason is because of the Kikuyu diminishing numbers. There's this fear that the diminishing numbers in Kikuyu every day is something that is worrying William Samoei Ruto, and that is why today you find him on top of fellow gatherers, akijaribu kutafuta kula, akijaribu to consolidate his support base and even to try to raid Azimio basis, kwa sababu kulingana na vile ambavyo mambo yanaendelea, the Kikuyu seems to be bolting out in large numbers, and this is something that is worrying William Samoei Ruto. So because of this, he has to employ what we call the tribal cards. The tribal cards, pale ambapo you keep on checkmating leaders who seems to be coming out very strongly, and you have to checkmate them such that they don't become very, very popular. Ladies and gentlemen, when a politician becomes very popular and he seems to be a threat to the powers that be, he will be easily replaced. And maybe most of you have never even known why John Joseph Mishuki was replaced by Mwai Kibaki when he became very popular after Mishuki rule. Is because he was overshadowing the president. Any leader would do this. And when you look at what is happening in Kenya Kwanza, you see Mudavadi star seems to be rising every day. And if the star is rising every day, then he becomes a problem. And that is why Gachagua has to stop to intervene very fast na ajaribu kuonyesha kwamba yeye he's the one who's scoring the shot. It is very clear that Cleophas Malala works with Rigathi Gachagua as a deputy president, and when he works with Rigathi Gachagua as a deputy president, then Mudavadi and Moses Moses Wetangula feels the written, and that is how Boni Kalwale. The reason why Boni Kalwale was telling, in fact, if you ask me, he was telling Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto that in case they want to speak to the Western nation, if they want the support of the Mlebe nation, then they have to come through Mudavadi and Wetangula and not through Cleophas Malala. That is the fact of the matter. This is also the issue of the appointments in government. And one thing is very clear, that Cleophas Malala is actually the blue boy as far as William Samoei Ruto is concerned. He's the first among equals. And this is something that is disturbing Gachagua. This is something that is also disturbing other people. Kwa sababu they don't know what William Samoei Ruto have in his sleeves. Sababu kama tulivyosema, William Samoei Ruto is a very shrewd politician. And for those of you who follows the politics of this country, you know very well that politics is just a game of numbers. And when you look at Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, they have the numbers, but these numbers must be neutralized. And the only person who can do this is the youthful Cleophas Malala, and hence the ticket for even attending the cabinet meetings. Again, there is also the issue of 2032 politics. We know very well that Gachagua will not make it as the President of the Republic of Kenya. That is a fact. Unless he make it, if the office of the president becomes vacant, when you look at the political arithmetic, it becomes very, very difficult for him to inherit, to become the President of the Republic of Kenya, unless the inevitable happens. That's the only way that he can become the president. But in 2032, I don't see him becoming the president. Na hii ndio sababu unaona Western nation wakijaribu kuwa na watu ambao wanataka. And that is why when you look at Cleophas Malala may be grouped together with Dede Nyoro and watu kama Kimani Ichung'wah and watu kama Kipchumba Murkomen, the youthful leaders. I think that is what William Samoei Ruto would prefer. And Gachagua does not come anywhere in the picture. And after the 2027 general elections, if in case William Samoei Ruto is going to win, the politics of this country will change forever. And Gachagua will be rendered irrelevant if it happens. And, anything can happen in this country. And when you look again at the Mount Kenya region, the same story is repeated. You see, Didi Nyoro is there as the blue boy, checkmating Kimani Ichung'wah and Rigathi Gachagua. That is true of the matter. And when you look at Didi Nyoro has not been very vocal these days. Sio kama vile zamani ulikuwa ukiona kwamba akizungumza, because you see, when you look at it, you see that Kimani Ichung'wah is for the dialogue. Didi Nyoro is not for the dialogue. Or when you look at Gachagua again, it's not for the dialogue. So you can see the competing interests that have been placed in Mount Kenya. And this is very much deliberate. All these people are meant to checkmate each other just to achieve certain objectives or to stop some certain things from happening. This is my take, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, I can see William Samoei Ruto playing the cards, most of them behind the table. Is he going to succeed? Remember to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and may you have a blessed evening.